The global population continues to grow, with over 140 million infants born each year. According to the United Nations World Population Prospects Report, the world is expected to reach 8.5 billion by 2030. While the pace of population growth has been gradually slowing, it is still projected to continue until around 2100. Africa, as the world's fastest-growing economy, boasts the youngest population of any region. This demographic projection presents both economic opportunities and challenges related to the management of population growth. Africa's current population stands at 1.46 billion, accounting for 17.89% of the total world population. While the countries in sub-Saharan Africa are projected to witness the largest population growth between 2022 and 2050, some African nations already have substantial populations. In this video, we shall be taking a look at the top 10 most populated countries in Africa 2023. 10. Algeria. 49.7 million people. Algeria is a country in North Africa. It is bordered by Tunisia, Libya, Morocco, and Mauritania. Algeria is one of the most important countries in North Africa, and it is the largest African country by landmass. According to estimates, the country has a population of around 50 million, although other sources quote higher figures. Algeria is quite a developed and self-sufficient country, and agriculture and fishing are both important to the country. Algeria is also one of Africa's largest oil-producing countries. The most widely spoken language in Algeria are Arabic and French, and more than 90% of its population practice Islam as a religion. 9. Sudan. 50.3 million people. Sudan is another North African country, and it's bordered by Chad, Egypt, Libya, and Ethiopia. Sudan has so much potential, but unfortunately, the country has not made much progress. The potential lies in its advantageous location, and its population, which numbers around 50 million. That population lives in a land area of 1,866,068 square kilometers, although much of that land is desert or semi-arid. Sandstorms are a major concern in those areas. Sudan practices agriculture quite extensively, and the majority of its population are Muslims. 8. Uganda. 50.5 million people. Uganda is a country located in East Africa. If population is what makes a great country, then Uganda is by all means one of the greatest on the continent, with over 50 million people calling it home. The country covers a land area of 241,038 km square. This land falls into the Great Lakes region, which is quite cool and fertile. Much of Uganda practices subsistence agriculture, and tourism is also quite important to the country because people come in large numbers to see the Lake Victoria, and also the Ruwenzori mountain range. Uganda still suffers from a high rate of food insufficiency, and although much has been done about it, the problem refuses to go away. 7. Kenya. 55.6 million people. Kenya is also located in East Africa. It has been described as the most important country in the sub-region. Kenya has a population of about 55 million, and has a land area of 580,367 km square. The land falls into the Rift Valley area, which is very fertile, and also has a coastline facing the Atlantic Ocean. Kenya's people are from diverse ethnicities. There are at least 9 distinct languages in the country, and people from other countries have also been welcomed to become part of Kenyan society. Agriculture is one of the most important sectors in Kenya. Both subsistence agriculture and large-scale farming are widely practiced. 6. South Africa. 60 million people. South Africa is a beautiful country located in southern Africa. It is the country on the southernmost tip of the continent. South Africa has a population of around 60 million people, and it has a land area of 1,221,037 km square. South Africa is a unique and diverse country where you can find black, white, colored, and Asian people all living happily together. South Africa has 12 official languages, and the cultural diversity is actually a thing of pride. South Africa is the most advanced country on the continent. It is head and shoulders above everyone else in terms of technology, diversity of economy, and quality of education and research. South Africa practices the best kind of agriculture in Africa, and the country is blessed with an abundance of natural resources. South Africa is also one of the most visited countries on the continent, and its people are friendly and welcoming. 5. Tanzania, 67.9 million. Tanzania is a beautiful country located in East Africa, precisely in the Great Lakes region. This is a country that is unique in many ways. It has a temperate climate, a large population, and its own way of politics and government. Tanzania has a population of around 67 million people, and a land area of 947,303 km square. Tanzania has a very good land for agriculture. However, the country remains quite vulnerable to food and nutritional crises despite the fact that most of the people are engaged in subsistence agriculture. Tanzania is making progress in improving nutrition for its people, and mechanized farming to improve food production. Tanzania will play an important role in providing food for the entire continent in the future. 4. Democratic Republic of the Congo, 96.5 million people. The Democratic Republic of the Congo is the most populous country in the Central African sub-region with over 95 million people, although some sources quote figures as high as 112 million people. The country is also quite large in terms of land area, occupying a staggering 2.3 million km square. Thankfully, the land is very good for farming, and although most of the people still practice subsistence agriculture, the society has come of age for investments in agriculture on a bigger scale. Congo DR is also making investments in infrastructure to enhance the efficiency of transportation, thus making it possible for agricultural produce to reach consumers in quick time. 3. Egypt, 114.9 million people. Egypt is unique because it is located in North Africa as well as Southwest Asia. At the same time, it is a Mediterranean country, and still has a large coast on the Red Sea. The country is one of the most important in Africa, with a population of 114 million. Egypt is the site of an ancient civilization with the same name, and the pyramids represent something everlasting. This is a place where the cultures and civilizations of ancient Egypt, Greece, and Rome are superimposed to produce a unique filter through which to see the world. Egypt of today has around 114 million people, and they are mostly Arab Muslims, although there is some diversity. The land is mostly arid, and the desert makes up the majority of Egyptian land. Although there are oases scattered around. Agriculture in Egypt is a matter of national importance. Without appreciable rainfall, it would be a serious problem to feed this large population. However, extensive irrigation works exist to provide water from the River Nile to meet the country's agricultural needs. 2. Ethiopia, 126 million people. Ethiopia has moved to second place with a population of 126 million, although official estimates are below that. Ethiopia is landlocked, and is bordered by Djibouti, Kenya, Eritrea, and Somalia. The country is located in East Africa, but has some of the elements of North Africa, including a dry, arid land and climate. Ethiopia has 12 major ethnic groups, and several regional languages. The country is peopled by ancient tribes who know and are proud of their history. This is one of the few African countries whose people have remained in their land through ancient times, up till now. The Ethiopian Empire is a highlight of African history, and although there are still many unsolved ethnic tensions, this is one of Africa's greatest countries. Nigeria, 230 million people. Nigeria is the largest country in Africa by population. The official estimate is 200 million, but other sources quote figures as high as 231 million. The country is quite large in terms of land area, and it measures around 923,769 km square. The land is quite diverse. There is Sahel savanna in the north, mountainous high ground in the middle, and mangrove forests and swamps in the south. Much of the south also meets the Atlantic Ocean, and the country is blessed with an extensive coastline. Nigeria has over 250 distinct ethnic groups speaking about 450 different languages, and Pidgin English is widely understood in the country. In fact, English is the official language of the country. So, there you have it, viewers. The top 10 most populated countries in Africa 2023. Make sure to press the like button, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, so you don't miss any of our future uploads. Thanks for watching this one, catch you all in the next.